Thought that was nap time.
No, nap time's around 11 or 12. I haven't had one of those in probably a month, though, a nap.
But what's up, guys? I don't know if is it kind of a slow week in wrestling news. I did see Iowa State accepted their invite to the national duels next year, so national duels is getting exciting.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is a big week in wrestling news. Okay, let's get this straight.
Okay.
The Hawkeyes turned it down.
Ooh.
What?
The Hawkeyes turned it down. Research it. Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I heard they turned it. They're not wrestling in it.
I got you. Well, I do think.
So what are we going to do, though? I mean, like you and I, they ran it last year, but they finished out of the top 30 at nationals, so they didn't even get invited. But they would wrestle there for sure.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with the Hawkeyes? I don't know.
Well, maybe Brains looks at, hey, last year that schedule just beat the hell out of us. Maybe.
But it worked.
It did at the end, but. I don't know.
Get them a little tougher.
Well, I guess thinking about that, like, Penn State hasn't come to the national duels yet. I do think, I don't know what you guys think, but I think that they don't want to turn it into everybody goes for whatever reason. Like,
well, that's not everybody goes.
I know.
They try to get the top, what is it, 16 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing.
But why do you think some coaches are choosing not to? Like, is there any reasoning behind their methodology as far as like not letting Penn State go, like some of the top programs not being there?
Well, does it, I don't know if it affects Iowa. Is it like last year? I thought like Penn State, a lot of their guys had done a lot of freestyle. So maybe they weren't ready to compete folk style at that point.
Did they move the date though? Didn't they
move
the date?
It's in December.
Yeah, they moved the date.
Oh, it's later in the season?
Yeah, the 12th and 13th, I think, of December.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No, that's right when you're getting ready for the Big Ten season too. Maybe Iowa's just like.
That's like a month though. You have a month before the Big Ten start.
I don't know, Marty.
It doesn't make sense. You know what?
Maybe they're just sissies. Maybe they're just afraid.
Oh,
Maybe Brains really wants to get fired.
Maybe you can say whatever you want about him now because I am not happy.
Are you jumping ship? Are you Iowa State now too, or what?
I hope so.
No. I'll go to UNI before I go to Iowa State. But I'm also an Iowa State fan, though. I mean, I'm from Iowa. I like all three Division I wrestling programs.
Okay, I can too.
Yeah.
But you would go to Northern Iowa before Iowa State.
Oh, undoubtedly. I grew up like 40 minutes from UNI. Yeah.
But they didn't have Dan Gable or Cale Sanderson.
No, but they had Jim Geyer. My high school wrestling coach was an All-American for him. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's still alive and kicking too.
Yeah. Toxic nostalgia. A little sentimental story.
And the great story, what's best though? Every year we go pheasant hunting in Iowa with a bunch of guys. Every year there's a Hardee's across the street from the hotel. Every year I walk in that Hardee's, my high school wrestling coach is sitting there having coffee and a sandwich.
Yeah.
And we sit down and talk. It's awesome.
That's cool.
Well, that's a good segue to let's start this podcast off correctly. Marty, what is you have some wisdom to pass on to us?
Well, the biggest wisdom I have I found out today for sure that the Iowa Hawkeyes are not going to wrestle in the national duels, which is probably one of the biggest mistakes in wrestling in a long time because they bring people. They're a great team. They're competitive. And now you're not going to have them participate. Penn State, I wish they'd do it too, but I'm an Iowa guy, so it's disappointing. That's one of my bits of wisdom. Another one is some of the best fishing I've ever seen was last weekend down by Peoria. I can't tell you where, though, but it's down by Peoria. We caught so many fish. Very relaxing, too, because I had Bill Nutting with me.
There you go.
Dick Schrader. It was awesome.
Yeah, those are good guys. Relaxing.
Guys.
What?
Said both are pretty relaxing kind of guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Couple beverages.
Yeah, Marty is probably trying to pull those guys into too much excitement. They probably wanted to sit there and fish, and Marty's
Marty just shut. I don't know how many times they just said, "Shut up, Marty. Shut up."
Well, so the Hawkeyes aren't going.
Nope.
Like, do you think that this do you think that changes the viability of the national duels?
I do. Yeah, I mean, I suppose once you get there and it gets started, it's going to be fine. But yeah, I mean, it's like.
Do you guys think that it was beneficial this year, like for the promotion of the sport of wrestling? Like, do you think it actually did what they wanted it to do?
Oh, for sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, McNair,
you look at some of the duels don't happen. You know, like Okie State doesn't wrestle some of those, right? So that you get some good matchups there, and I think. Well, other than Iowa forfeiting some matches, I mean, you had some pretty good matchups too. But, I mean, I can understand maybe Iowa's point. I mean, you get to that top 4. I mean, they're wrestling Big Ten. You know, you take Okie State out of there, you know. Iowa's wrestling Nebraska, Ohio State. I think Illinois is in it. I mean, so it's –
Nebraska's not in it this year either.
That's a mistake there too. I think
right?
I mean, looking at their lineup, they're gonna be pushing for second place again.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about that. Third.
Third.
I mean, well,
over Okie State, or
third. Okie State, but I mean,
they're
maybe the gap's cut this year. Maybe people close the gap a little bit more on Penn State. I don't know, but I thought the national duels was I thought it provided a little bit of hype early in the season, got people going. I think though after it, there was a lot of downtime.
Yeah, there was. I agree with that.
You had these great matchups, and then there was a lot of, I don't know, not as much. Maybe that's why they're moving it to December because, hey, it's right before Christmas. You know,
3 weeks before the Big Ten start.
And then, you turn around, you got the Big Ten, you got Big 12 start. I mean, I don't know.
I do feel like if I were the Paycom guy, right, who's putting all this money up, I feel like I would have put an olive branch out and had it rotate locations between Oklahoma and Iowa, because then you kind of give them like, hey, you know, we're coming to your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
The state of Iowa loves wrestling probably more than any state in the union. Why not have it why not go to them to bring a reason for them to be in it?
That might have been one of the best things you've ever said, Dalton. That is so true, to rotate it back and forth. I mean, they'd sell out Carver.
They'd sell out, wherever it was. I mean, I think Oklahoma's not a bad place to do it, but it's just it's it's a little
Oklahoma centrally located.
Yeah.
Right. Although I was a little disappointed. What, the Pan Ams, weren't they just in Iowa?
Oh my God! You see the crowd?
What crowd?
No crowd.
Did you see what's going on though in 2027? The year before the Olympics? Oh, the World Championships are in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
I'm going. It's like 7 days of wrestling.
But now, is it going to be in an arena or is it going to be in like a convention center?
I don't know. That's something we got to. I suppose they got a year and a half to figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Thomas Mack right there.
Oh, you're not going to put it in Raiders Stadium?
I don't think they could sell that out
outside.
If they put it in a Raiders Stadium, I'm going. But
hopefully it's in a stadium, not at the convention center. I mean, you bring your own lawn chair, sit down to watch.
Here's the thing, though, Dalton. It's in September, so I'm hoping that it's going to be wherever the World Championships are going to be. But then there's going to be a Raiders game that same weekend. Oh, so then you take in both things. Yeah. It's going to be a great road trip.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I guess this is, I mean, if there is any local wrestling news or anything, I don't think they're there's not top of mind, but speaking of this topic though, with like international wrestling and like domestic wrestling, I do feel like international wrestling is going to be in many ways like a distraction from domestic wrestling, because like you think about the world championships, it happens in September. The next month college wrestling season starts. What is the biggest product that we have as far as wrestling? Is it folk style wrestling in the United States with colleges, or is it international type wrestling with the world championships and the Olympics?
Well, it's never going to change because it's the world. That's what freestyle and Greco is, what it is. I mean, folk style, we love it. I love it, but I also love freestyle too. But the problem is a lot of people don't even understand freestyle. Like, how'd this match just get over with so fast?
Right.
But they got to get educated.
Well, you say nothing's going to change, but things are changing constantly.
But there's nothing going to change. There's going to be freestyle worldwide in Greco, and there's going to be folk style in the United States. We're never giving in. They're going to keep wrestling folk style.
Yeah.
But how big, the NFL is so big that they don't care about trying to get the football in the Olympics. Could college wrestling get big enough where they don't care about getting into the Olympics?
No, because we're the only country that wrestles folk style, basically.
Yeah, but I'm saying with NIL and everything, like if you start paying people to be your college guy, why would you have them do so much in the off season?
Because they're making money now too. As freestyle wrestlers, they can support themselves. Where back in the day, man, they struggled.
Yeah, but they're not making money to be a freestyle wrestler. They're making money to be a college wrestler.
Well, they're making.
Well, the guys who are done with college are making money.
Yeah.
To compete.
Yeah, but now we know that the guys on the team, current rosters of Division I teams, are going to make more money than the freestyle guys.
Right, but
they still want
that. They still want that gold medal.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, everyone's. Dream is to be an Olympic champ, right?
Right, and a national champ.
That's what they say.
Double dreams.
Right. So
I don't know if everyone's dream. And again,
well,
that puts my coaching hat on. Is like, okay, what you say your dream is this?
Not everyone's, but when those guys, when you are a national champ, Jack's Forrest, right? Those kind of guys, their goal is to be an Olympic champion, right?
Undoubtedly.
Right.
But you'd have to ask those guys.
I mean, there's other guys who are national champs and they're done. Right?
Yeah.
They have no desire to wrestle freestyle, but those guys who wrestle freestyle, they want to be the best in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Olympics is that.
Yeah, I was just curious because it just seems like if more and more money comes into the college scene, maybe guys are just maybe that creates a hierarchy. Maybe the pedestal is like, oh, this is the pro level of sport, and this is what I'm after, right? Obviously, NIL has changed everything. People are thinking about NIL when they go to get recruited. They're thinking about what additional stuff can I get for being really good at the sport. So they're not thinking like, oh, I want to be an Olympic champ necessarily. They're thinking, hey, I want to get, parents of kids who have kids involved in the sport are like, hey, they can get 60, 70, 80 grand extra on top of their scholarship if they're really good at wrestling. So I feel like that's changing the focal point though, too. And just how difficult it is. There's only 6 weight classes in the Olympics. There's such a small number of people that are going to be.
But in the world championships, there's 10.
Right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe because it's in Vegas, we can get 20 guys to go be wrestling. Again, another reason why. If what some of these tournaments we've watched, some of these high school tournaments recently, like Northern Plains or U.S. Open, huge brackets. Why not have a huge senior level bracket? I don't know.
Yeah.
You only get one guy per weight class.
You're representing your country.
Yeah.
You got to be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, now we got, what's it? I just saw Ramos, Matt Ramos from Purdue is going to represent the Philippines. Now his parents are like first generation immigrants, so it's like it kind of makes sense as
Right.
far as like it's close, but still, I mean, we're going to get to a world championships where everybody's in the United States. So what are we doing?
I mean,
That's
and
the beauty of the United States, so you can do that kind of stuff. There's other countries, there's no way in hell they let you. They got one guy and one guy only,
No.
Right.
These other countries are doing it because they don't have anybody. It's like the only way that they get represented.
Exactly, and I have no problem with it. It's another American making,
Right.
Yeah,
and they're training at
Now, do you think
Michigan or Iowa or wherever? I mean, they're U.S. kids training here, but they can't make the U.S. team. They represent.
Do you think that grows wrestling in those areas? Do you think Philippines wrestling is going to grow because Matt Ramos is on the
No, but
Philippine
it might grow.
national
It
team?
might grow USA wrestling though, because other guys have other chances in certain countries, since if they have, historically people that have come from other countries. So yeah, if their parents or grandparents or whatever.
But so now we're getting to what I just said. Why not just let 20 guys in the bracket and just call it good? Hey, we don't have to take one guy. Now we got 20 guys, but they had to put on different singlets in order for them to get in the damn tournament.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's one guy each country.
Well, now I'm saying it's not that's not the case. Now we're
one
going
guy, one country. Yes,
Sure.
They're representing their country.
Yeah, yes, they are.
But 3 guys are at the Michigan Training Center. They're all 3.
You know what? The big thing was back in the day, like in the 70s and 80s, was to go to Russia and train with the Russians, and work out with them and stuff like that. And that's how Americans got better. You go find the best people.
Yeah.
And
all right. Well, here's a second thought that I wondered. Last week there was a conversation about how at Freestyle State there was a lot of individuals using the restroom to change their singlet instead of changing their singlet just mat side. And I thought about how the world is changing and how that could become complicated with kids changing singlets into their underwear right next to the wrestling mat. Why are we doing 2 singlets still for freestyle? What are your thoughts on that?
I guess my question is, why are they changing their singlet at the mat?
Because they have to change their singlet based on blue and red.
Yeah, but I haven't been to Freestyle State in a while. I always thought you knew going into the match what you were.
Oh well, yeah.
Your bottom, your red, like so.
Yeah,
I said they're just trying to
to the mat, like, oh shit, it's not like they flip the coin.
It's not like what I don't think they're doing it in like a rush. What I'm saying is you either go to the bathroom and change, or you change wherever you are,
or you put on a pair of spandex and then just change right by the mat, and you're not in your underwear. Then.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's been happening forever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but
change it. Even when I wrestled freestyle, they'd switch right at the mat.
But do you guys really think that it's necessary to have 2 colored singlets for freestyle and Greco, or for a freestyle match?
Well, you got. I mean, I guess go back to ankle bands.
Ankle bands.
Yeah, just put ankle bands on. Put a headband on around your head.
Yeah. Well,
I think it goes to the history and the nostalgia of the sport, where it's always been the blue or the red, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Little things like that. I think of as like, what do we do? Like that's such like
you can't
said,
let those little things get to you.
Well, no, it doesn't get to me, but nostalgia. What you just said, nostalgia. There are things that are toxic nostalgia, right? So they're completely unnecessary, but because we say they've been here forever, we keep doing them. That's one that I just thought I've been thinking about last couple of weeks. It's like, what's the point? I mean, again, ankle bands in college wrestling makes no sense. You can't tell that they're different teams. Just put it in your head that this guy's the different team and this guy's the different team.
Okay, so was the girls' state tournament there too? The women's, the girls, did they wrestle the same time?
I don't think so. No, it was a different weekend, I think.
Yeah, because then I can understand if you don't want guys or girls, either way, dropping their singlets and trading, putting different singlet on or turning a singlet from red to blue, because a lot of them have
there's girls at there's females, there's moms and daughters and
but that's been that way forever.
All right.
I just said, I mean, the world's changing, so I don't know if just because we've done it forever means.
So are they. They're changing their singlets. There you go.
All right. I'll let that go. I'll try to do it myself. Yeah. I hope one day it does. Listen, this other thing though, we did not get a chance to talk about this. What, do you have something, McNames?
I was just going to say, you know, the domination of our Greco team at the Pan Ams.
Oh,
yeah,
unbelievable.
Okay.
And then, then we get to the Worlds and we can't win a match.
So you're talking about Greco winning.
Yeah. I mean, they did really well at Pan Ams.
They always do.
Right. Yeah. And I just don't understand why. I don't know. We can't make that transition on to the next level, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's productive if we get into a Greco conversation because I don't know how much positivity I can give to the Greco sport.
Yeah. All right. What do you got?
I was going to bring up the USA bracketing. I think USA bracketing is the greatest thing. It's so much better than track.
Why do you poke a bear? Why do you poke a bear?
Yeah.
Right.
I have totally gone the other. It is so much better than track.
I just figured out track a year ago.
What's your reasoning?
I think what we talked about the last time, right? You can go to weight classes, you can go to brackets, and it's all there. You can pick your weight class, super easy. You don't have to do a drop down. Once you get to the bracket itself, you can easily navigate from bracket to bracket. You can select what state of athletes that you're trying to pay attention to. It is so efficient. I think
it's track. It's the same as track, but all your information is on the screen. You don't have to hit a drop down menu.
Yeah,
I got the greatest idea ever. Okay. Since it's an off season, all right, are you ready for this? Dalton, Dan, you're going to put on a little display of how to run USA Wrestling for dumb people like me. All right, so one of our podcasts, you're going to show me how to do it.
Okay.
All right.
I definitely can do that.
Little sticks, so you point at the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I could be wrong though. Do you have to have a USA card to be able to use USA bracketing? Yes,
no. When the kids' state was going on or whatever, the IKWF, I just had to sign up for it is all.
Okay.
And then after I signed up for it and did it that weekend, I forgot how to do it.
Yeah. They just want to now that is a limitation that I think is really silly because anybody who wants to go and look at results should not have to take the time to log in.
Right.
Have like that is 100% silly and dumb. But they are trying to get that email address so that they can sell whatever they're selling. I don't know if they're selling it to you. I don't know what they're doing with it, but they want that email address to get a hold of you for other reasons. So I agree with that. I do not think you should have to I don't think you should have to log in to look at the results. But that part I would agree with you. The other thing is I'm not necessarily sure the tournament side. I don't know what tournament software is actually better. McNames, you would have to use both of them and kind of see, give yourself like kind of, a feel for that. And I don't know that answer. I just know from results standpoint, I think it's actually really effective to finding the results.
Yeah.
So Marty, we'll get you around. I do think you're going to be happy about it.
But we need to do it so people can see it and they can learn from this.
Oh, absolutely.
It could be the highest. I mean, put some advertising out there. Let's get it going. Help people that don't have a clue.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Last week, state weekend, I did find out that some people connected to Illinois USA Wrestling were watching the podcast, and they were happy with how I was excited about it, and then they were unhappy about how Marty was not so excited about it. So
good. At least they're watching. I don't care if they are watching. Or not.
Yeah. But I don't know. Freestyle stuff is kind of coming to an end. There's Central Plains this weekend. Northern Plains was last weekend. I think
some trials are this weekend, right?
Yeah, but this is not the World Team.
This is to have the guys who win go to Final X. Right?
Yeah. This is the challenge tournament.
You qualify for the Final X.
Well, for the final or just the actual
Final
X? I believe that the tournament in Kentucky was the challenge tournament.
Right. So if I win this, then I get to go. I compete against whoever won or is our representative right now, 2 out of 3.
I mean, we're one of the few countries that do such a great job of getting everybody a chance to try to make the team. But, man, it becomes confusing sometimes, you know. Well, I mean, there's just like it's another tournament they're going to qualify for.
You know, we've changed that process probably, in the last 15, 20 years. I mean, they've been trying to – because it used to just be, right, the U.S. Open, you won it, you were the representative.
Yep.
And then it was like, wow, so-and-so was kind of injured and couldn't. So, you know, we try to do the best to make sure it's the best representative of the U.S. going.
Yep.
I don't know if it's right or wrong, but
yeah. Yep, and it will be interesting to see how it all shakes out, because that's a lot of wrestling, and then they have to go compete again and try to win. You think Spencer Lee gets it done? Do you think he avenges his loss?
Oh, in the team trip? Yeah.
Does he do both? Does he have to go through? Yeah, he has to go through.
Yeah, he has to wrestle this week. I think he wins this weekend, then I think he'll avenge his loss.
Okay. That's when they go best 2 out of 3, though, don't they?
Right.
Yeah.
Any other upsets in the World Team Trials? Do you think? Who do you think is not currently sitting at the top that will be? Does Messenbrink come out and does he wrestle this weekend? I don't know if they.
I don't know.
He's not on the list right now, but that doesn't mean he's not.
Okay.
Right? I mean, but then you didn't have to wrestle in the U.S. Open to qualify for this weekend? Because I thought
I think if you're a national champ, you automatically qualify.
Automatically for this?
I'm not sure.
I think you do.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Because same with like the U20 World Trials, those are not completed yet, and whoever like Jimmy is wrestling in the trial finals. He's sitting in the finals, so he doesn't know who he's going to wrestle, but it's probably going to be a college guy who wasn't necessarily wrestling
at the Open.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep. By the way, speaking of, we kind of brushed over this, and I completely forgot. This is why I should have probably started with a list, but 5 for 5. What are you guys' thoughts? College, 5 for 5. You're going to get 5 years of eligibility. You're going to get to wrestle 5 years. No red shirt.
And done. No red shirt.
Yeah. No. Well, you can red shirt if you want to. You're just not going to, if you're hurt or whatever. But yeah, 5 for 5 is perfect. That's all sports it's going to be.
Yeah.
We don't need 8 for 8. 7 for 7 or whatever. No, 5 for 5 is perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great situation, a great opportunity to keep good guys in the competition for longer. You know, you get a whole other year. The six dates for true freshmen or for red shirts was already like a super huge benefit.
Yeah.
It was good, right? Like you had guys on the red shirts that still got to wrestle.
Yeah.
But now it's a little bit more pressure. I mean, obviously the goal will always be to try to get 5 titles, but that's, going to be very, very difficult to do.
It puts a little more pressure on a coach now, right? Like I got
pressure.
Well, because I had that choice, I could, hey, I'm going to let you wrestle these 6 matches, Dalton, and we'll go from there. But you probably redshirt you this year. Well, now, hey, Dalton, I'm going to let you wrestle, and you're pretty even with our other guy, but he's a 5th-year senior. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing.
Maybe it doesn't change that, but maybe it makes your room a lot more competitive.
Well, potentially. I think what you just said, right? So before they had a 5th-year senior that was wrestling, and they had a freshman coming in, and they're like, "Hey, you're going to sit this year, but we're going to wrestle you a little bit." Well, now you can't recruit that blue chip to sit on the bench. You can't recruit the blue chip to sit on the bench for a year
because the blue chip wants to be a 5-timer.
Because he wants to be a 5-timer. So you're going to have a little bit of a challenge for college coaches to really recruit based on their roster. You'd already started to see this now with roster limits and NIL, but now you got 5 years, so you get a guy, you have to kind of bet on him, and you're not going to go get a other guy to kind of fill in because that guy's going to want to be somewhere else. So
Yeah.
I do think that that's going to be an interesting reaction to it.
Did they limit the transfer portal? That's what needs to be next.
Yeah, no shit.
I do think they did limit, right? They changed the dates, right? And then
You should only get one. Not
well, no, isn't that what the
not 4 different schools?
but isn't that what the Trump thing was? Like he created an executive order. I don't know if these things last or whatever, but his thing or whatever was passed or presented was like the 1 year one-time transfer. So you get one transfer in addition.
That's a great thing too.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of transferring, Marty, and I know you're pretty low on your Hawkeyes right now, but do they try to keep Williams now? I mean, he had a pretty good run there.
He did. I don't know. It'd be interesting, right?
Do they say, hey, you can drop down to 49 maybe, and we'll keep you?
Yeah.
Well, so that's a great example. So
Like-
if you want to limit the transfer, what do you do with Jordan Williams where they kind of like threw him under the bus at the end of the year? Is it fair to that kid to make him stay at Iowa knowing that they kind of like threw him under the bus at the end of the year and said, well, you're not going to wrestle?
He could have stayed at Okie State. He could have stayed at Little Rock. I mean,
I don't know if he
is
could
it
have. I'm
fair?
just saying.
Hey, if I'm paying you money and you're not living up to what I need you to do, then
Yeah, but
I'm obligated to keep you.
if I go into the transfer portal and
Yeah.
you say and you recruit me and I go, all right, cool, I come to wrestle for you,
Yeah.
and then into the season you go, you know what, we've decided we're going to go a different direction. We've got this guy. So now you're saying I have to be forced to no longer get NIL and to sit on the bench.
Well, I'm guessing if I'm telling you that, then you're not living up to the contract that I had.
Well, clearly he's doing pretty good. I mean, he was doing all right.
Was he?
He was a match away from being All-American, right?
At
The
Little
year
Rock?
before.
And I
Yeah.
think Okie State, he was around to 12, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you just mentioned that he had a great freestyle US Open,
Yeah.
right? So it's like he was obviously still good. He's still good.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not saying he's not good, but if you're not, I mean,
But now we're talking about Tom Brand's expectations.
You do a job and you're not getting it done, and this other guy is, then we're going to
But
make a change.
Sure, but if you're going to make a change, you shouldn't still force that individual to stay there.
Get better.
Yeah, but you literally saying
That's the last thing you want to do is make somebody stay.
yeah, that's why my point is you
Yeah.
can't limit the amount of transfers if that situation occurs because you're selling the kid. Well, of course, he got recruited to go to Iowa for this third place, and then they go, well, we don't need you anymore. It's like, well, you're going to tell him that he has to stay there? That doesn't make sense. He needs to be able to leave.
Just let him go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you only get only one transfer though.
Yeah.
That's
But what do you mean let him go then?
Let him go.
Yeah.
But he can't go anywhere else?
Well, we're starting in the future now, coming up. You know,
Okay.
you're going to get one transfer. Everybody knows now, hey, you can transfer one time.
I don't think
After that-
that's going to hold up. I think there's too many. I think there's lawsuits because in this situation, I think you unless they're still paying him what they like promised him as a starter, right? Like if they're like, hey, here's a contract, regardless of if you start, this is what you're getting, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out and he's not the guy. It's like you can't force that person to stay there.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe the NIL or whatever money that changes. Hey, if Dalton's coming from Okie State to Iowa, this is what you're getting and this is what you're guaranteed. But I mean, no one's guaranteed anything.
Right.
You earn it. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Dalton. If you say, hey, man, it didn't work out this year, I'm going to go. These guys really want me over here. I'm going to go there. And then halfway through the year, it's not working out for you there. And now, hey, we're going with Marty, and Marty's got 2 more years. Now you're stuck there. Yeah, but there's got to be a reason. Like, I don't think one day.
But this is a great. But what is the reason?
We're
We
not
don't know.
going with you. I mean, if you're not producing, they're going to go with who does.
But
right?
they didn't.
I don't know. Maybe
Iowa did not go with somebody who's producing results.
Well, there's probably more to it.
I agree that there is probably more to it.
But
I'm just saying,
on
like,
the same side, you shouldn't.
if
you
Voinovich
shouldn't
would have,
go freshman year here, sophomore year here, junior year here, senior year here, right? To me, if I'm a college guy and I'm recruiting you,
you're talking to a guy that went to 3 schools.
Well, but I'm just gonna say, like,
and another guy who went for 5.5 years, but was in the same school.
Yeah, well, I went 6, so
that's all right.
I might not be right here, but I'm gonna be looking at that stuff. Why is this guy jumping? Why is he going from school to school? Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I think that what you just said though is awesome. I think that's a T-shirt. I might not be right here.
I'm wrong a lot of times, but I like you got it. Something has to be done with the transfer.
Well, I definitely think that I think the contract agreements are going to be different. And I think that would be good. So say, for instance, you're at Okie State and you have a contract and you want to leave, right? Whoever I leave and go to, they have to negotiate with Okie State with that contract. So then there might be buyouts to the program, right? So like instead Iowa wants this guy, they got to go to the administration and say, all right, well, what's your salary? I don't know, like something more along the lines of like official stuff, as opposed to just like locking kids in where they have to like sit on a bench, because you can't lock a kid in to sit on a bench. That just
lawyers are going to love that, aren't they?
Yeah.
But also maybe now it changes a kid's perspective. He goes in there and he knows, man, I've already transferred once, so I got to make it work here. And I'm going to bust my ass and do what I have to get it done.
Which is kind of part of life, right?
You just
got to stay grounded and get things done.
Sure, but some of these I mean, again, you guys are giving these college coaches a little too much slack sometimes. I think you don't. I don't think you fully understand some of these personalities and how controlling they can be. That's all I would say. Like, you can't give these guys absolute power over people, because then you're back to the slave trade. Then you're back to making people just suck it up, right? If there's jobs out there, right? You want to talk about the free market and a job and big boy stuff. It's like, well, at any point you can quit your job and go find another one. And it's easier to find if you're pretty good. So if those are jobs, you should be able to quit that job.
How old are you?
Go find another job.
Dalton, how old are you? And you telling me I don't know? Like, I understand the sport of all sport. I mean, wrestling, I spent my entire life in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I dealt with college coaches. I dealt with high school coaches. But, yeah, I mean, somewhere along the line, some of these kids have to be told no. You're you know what, if you're going to wrestle, you're staying here to wrestle. Or if you don't want to be here, then you're gone. You get one chance. I mean, I just think it happens so fast in all sports that people didn't even know how to regulate it.
Right.
You know? I mean, you got guys that in football, they're making $1 million a year. It's just nuts.
Good for them. Good for them. I like it. I think, yeah. No, I don't know. I think you can't. There's only, again, 5 for 5. You only get 5 years, so you have to take advantage of the opportunity and the lifetime of the opportunity. And yeah, I think if you give coaches too much power, they'll abuse it. And again, I think you're right. Like, I think there could be some parameters around, like, hey, presenting it to everybody. Hey, you cannot just do whatever. You have to do these things, but it has to make sense to both the athlete. Actually, it has to make more sense to the athlete than the coach, because the athlete is the most important thing, right? Like, if there's a union, the union's going to be made up of the athletes, not the universities.
And maybe, I mean, you get the one-time free transfer, and the case goes, you end up at X university and it's not working out, and you're stuck there, and maybe coaches can sign off. Maybe, you put something in, coach can sign off, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Are you guys? Are you guys familiar?
You're going with what you say, Dalton. You're giving, now that college coach has all that power over Dalton Bullard.
Yeah.
I don't want him going to down the road because he can beat us, right?
Yeah. Again, when I was in college, my freshman year, when I wanted to transfer, I was not able to transfer inside the Big Ten. they
Yeah.
said
I mean,
no,
Yeah,
you're
that
not
was a
allowed
big.
to.
That was
That was how it used to be. I mean,
Yeah.
So it's better than what it
Absolutely.
was.
And
Well,
you
yeah,
guys,
like,
are you
it
guys
was-
familiar with Jay Billis, ESPN
Yeah.
commentator, basketball guy?
Yeah.
Again, anybody out there, I would encourage to listen to him. He is such a great communicator at like making sure that the coaches and the institutions don't have runaway power. He's a very, very good communicator on speaking for the athletes and not letting the coaches and the institutions get away with doing whatever they want. So I really would encourage anybody to listen to Jay Billis on a lot of this stuff. He's very smart. But other than that, guys,